NASA just released the newest images from the James Webb telescope, but could these be the last ones that we get? NASA reported that a micrometeorite struck one of James Webb's mirrors a few weeks back, and at first they said it was no big deal, but we just found out that the damage was far more extensive than we were originally told. So let's talk about just how bad this damage is and what the photos will look like from the James Webb going forward. The James Webb telescope basically works like any camera, even the one on your phone. Light comes in, it hits a series of mirrors or lenses, and is filtered through sensors. One of the most crucial components to the James Webb being able to produce these incredible images like this is its 18 hexagonal beryllium mirrors. If any of those mirrors are damaged, it could compromise how the light coming into the sensors is interpreted. Thankfully, NASA, a bunch of smarties, have thought about this. You might think that space is mostly empty, but in reality, it's full of quite a lot of rocks and dust, and NASA knew that it was inevitable for some of those micrometeoroids to hit the telescope. So each one of those 18 mirrors can move independently from one another, so just in case one of them is damaged, the others around it can simply adjust their angle to compensate for the damaged mirror. So one of the mirrors that was damaged was on the outside of that 18 hexagonal array, which if any of the mirrors were going to get damaged, this was probably one of the better places that it could be. It's a lot easier for the James Webb telescope to compensate for mirrors broken on the outside of that array as opposed to the inside of that array. So as it stands right now, thankfully, the damage to the James Webb telescope won't affect its image quality, and the proof is going to continue to come out every single week. The newest images that we just received from the JWST are just as spectacular as the first. This image of the spiraling galaxy Messier 74, nicknamed the Phantom Galaxy with its two arms swirling around a black hole in the center, is absolutely stunning. But the biggest perk of the James Webb telescope is that there's two different cameras on board. While one of those cameras can show us this image, the other, the MIRI camera, can show us this image. This is the Phantom Galaxy seen in infrared light. Now, Hubble can produce incredible images, but to get shots like this, it needs to observe these galaxies for days or weeks. James Webb can get this shot before lunch, showing absolutely stunning images in detail that we've never seen before, and it's doing it all with a broken mirror. Now, NASA isn't just pointing the James Webb out in deep space either. They're also using it to observe our own solar system. This photo of our largest gas giant, Jupiter, shows the planet's storms in detail that is usually reserved for probes that we sent out to orbit Jupiter itself, ones that got much closer to the planet. This photo shows the planet in infrared light, and some of Jupiter's moons can be seen as well. Strange fact about Jupiter that you might not have known about, like Saturn and Uranus, it has rings. James Webb was able to use one of its cameras to catch a glimpse of the very dim, very faint rings. Now, NASA's still figuring out the best way to use the James Webb to observe the gas giant, and it's possible that they could use the telescope to see further into the planet's core beneath the giant gas clouds and layers of Jupiter to reveal more of its secrets. One secret that astronomers are dying to unlock is all about its storms and how they formed, primarily its largest, the giant red spot. So make sure that you follow along with Interstellar News to stay up to date on what NASA discovers about our own solar system and the universe itself. So while James Webb had much more extensive damage than was previously reported, it seems to be just fine for now. But this certainly is not going to be the last time that those giant mirrors are going to be pelted with rocks. The mirror array is 21 feet across total, after all. But for now, we can all be in awe of what this generation-defining telescope is providing for us all. And if we're lucky, we'll learn even more secrets of the universe before James Webb's time in the sky comes to an end.